Welcome to another episode of the Fast Modes Quick Chat series. I'm your host, Ariana, and joining us today is Barbara Dondiego, CEO at AVOXI. AVOXI is a leading vendor of next-generation international cloud voice solutions headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. With unmatched coverage and virtual number types, a proprietary software platform, and a global team of international cloud voice experts, AVOXI enables over 5,000 enterprises across 170 countries to deploy voice services. Last month, AVOXI, in collaboration with research firm Metrigy, revealed findings from the 2024 State of International Voice for the Contact Center report. Based on a survey of 371 IT and voice decision makers across 18 industries, the report looks at the global voice market, its opportunities and challenges, and the impact on customer experience. Great to have you on the show, Barbara.
Great. Thanks for having me, Ariana. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so let's jump right in. What are some of the biggest challenges that enterprises are facing today in terms of voice communication?
Yeah, there's a lot. I think the top two that we see enterprises facing is really around coverage. So trying to find the right number type in every single country where they operate so that it looks local, sounds local, and has really high quality for their customers. That's probably the number one. And then that kind of leads to the number two, which is you have to have the coverage, but you also have to make sure that the voice quality of the infrastructure is very strong. I always tell contact center managers all the time, you can do all the coaching, you can have all the workforce management, you can have all the great apps, you can have all the AI, but if the person on the other side of the phone can't hear you, or if there's a delay, you're kind of stuck. And that's what we resolve at AVOXI, is we make sure that infrastructure is perfect all around the world.
Interesting. Moving on, the report revealed that 63% of calls will be in the cloud by 2027. What factors are driving this shift? And what role do telcos play in the cloud voice ecosystem?
Yeah, so one other thing in that report is that it also revealed that only about 12% of contact center calls are being answered in the cloud today, which is kind of a staggeringly low number. And that of course, that would continue to increase over the next 5 years, which is great. And what's really driving that is all IT teams and enterprises are moving every type of workflow to the cloud. So they are moving, their servers, they're moving compute power, they're moving contact center systems for their agents, they're moving PBXs for their corporate users. And as they're moving all of those different things, the legacy physical communications infrastructure is still kind of hanging out there all around the world in different countries. And what we do then is we help them move that legacy physical infrastructure also to the cloud with the rest of those workflows. So really it's the modernization of the whole IT infrastructure and ecosystem and the move to the cloud that's really driving, also moving that cloud voice.
Great. So now how does artificial intelligence play into all of this? How does it impact the evolution of voice, and what specific AI-driven innovations are enhancing the capabilities of voice solutions?
Oh, so many. It's really exciting time actually in the call center to understand the impact of AI and really how AI can be used to enhance the overall customer experience. So what we saw in our research and what we also see with our clients is that there's really two use cases that call centers are looking at AI for right now. One is what I call AI offload. So this is the number one, by the way. This is, we can answer a simple question that comes in via AI. So that call never has to hit a human. And the second one is called AI assist. So that's saying, okay, I can take somebody that's maybe has less training or less technical skills, and I can actually assist them with AI to allow them to answer higher level problem calls. We actually are using some of these too within our own solution at AVOXI to help our agents do things like resolve troubles faster. And we can have somebody that has less technical skill set or less technical training, and they can actually use the AI embedded in our platform to solve problems more quickly for our clients. But back to your question, so those two use cases are very exciting for call center managers, AI offload and AI assist, because they actually reduce the total cost of the call. The largest percentage of cost for a call in a call center is actually the labor or the agent cost. So as those costs are being reduced, what we're seeing contact center managers be able to do is really ungate or open up the voice channel to more use cases. So voice is a really great real-time, two-way, globally available, ubiquitous channel to solve complex problems. So sometimes that channel is gated or not made available by the contact center because of the high cost. So as the cost is coming down, infused by AI, then we're seeing the contact center managers actually be able to offer whatever channel is going to best solve the customer's problem. And what that means for AVOXI is that we are actually seeing an increase in calls as that cost is coming down with AI, because contact center managers are now free to use the best channel to solve customers' problems in the most efficient and expeditious way.
That's exciting. So the report also revealed that the voice landscape is highly fragmented. Could you elaborate on why this is the case, and what are some of the disadvantages on relying on multiple vendors to manage voice communication needs?
Yeah, totally. So if you kind of think about, companies have been expanding at a rapid pace internationally, meaning like between countries, for about, 50 years. Since sort of World War II, and 50, 60 years. And the way that you would expand internationally historically is you would actually go to a place, like you would go to Kuala Lumpur, you would go to Singapore, you would set up an office, you would put servers in place, you would put physical communication systems in place, and then you would add utilities and you would add phone communication services. So now you would basically contract with a different carrier or different infrastructure provider in every single country as you connected that together. So what that has done is that's left many companies dealing with, like our survey said, six or more carriers for like over 50% of companies that have over 1,000 employees, and it was like 20 or more carriers for folks that had about 40% of that population. So if you had a lot more coverage around the world. So what that has done is that's just created a massive amount of complexity for customers. And with that complexity, they have to manage invoices in different currencies. They have to manage invoices with different specs, different products, different pricing, and also different interconnections into their cloud solutions, which might mean hardware or hardware-software combinations or different types of analytics, and none of it really is coming together to give them a view. So that caused them a lot more work. That causes them more physical infrastructure to have to deal with, and at the end of the day, the quality is not quite as stable. So what you can do is actually move all of that to a platform like AVOXI's, and you can have one single cloud platform that really pulls all of those carriers together for you, manages your voice, but that's really just step zero. It actually then starts managing that as a digitized workflow in the cloud. You can then see a lot of things, and you can get a lot of insights on where your calls are going and how to best optimize the infrastructure piece of your contact center.
Okay, so that wraps up today's episode of the Fast Modes Quick Chat series. Thank you, Barbara, for sharing your insights on the evolving voice landscape. It's clear that the shift to cloud, coupled with AI innovations, is driving significant changes in how enterprises manage their voice communications. To learn more, read the full report at avoxi.com. Thank you for tuning in, and follow us for more updates and insights as we continue to uncover the latest in technology and telecommunications. See you in our next session.
Thank you.